How you started playing basketball?
First grade, there was a coach, basketball coach, that came into our classroom. He was talking about basketball, inviting players, like little kids, to come and understand and learn about basketball. So I was the first one to put my name on the list. I got home, I told my parents about it. They were happy. The next day I went for the basketball lesson, I would say, not even a practice. He introduced us to basketball stuff. And yeah, that's how it started, you know. And from there, it's just history now.
How's your college basketball in the U.S.?
Yes, it was challenging, but in a good way, you know. There was a lot of challenges. Helped me grow as a person, as a basketball player. You know, I had a chance to get a degree and at the same time play basketball at the high level. Met a lot of great people. Been in the great programs. Saw a lot of things, good and bad. But you know, it was challenging, but like I said, in a good way. So yeah, I enjoyed my stay and my not just a stay, but like my chapter in the States. You know, I was surprised, to be honest. I was happy, surprised, but also I was like, you know, aiming for that, to be picked to play in the summer league. And yeah, it was good. You know, I saw basically the best league, the best players, the best basketball kitchen from up close. I saw how they do things, how they train, all the facilities. You know, met some people there. So basically got educated about it from like first person view, you know. So it was a great experience. And playing in the summer league, it was also like, you know, I didn't really get to play a lot, but still being there, training with the guys, yeah, it was a great experience. Vilnius was basically our senior team. Like 2 years before I went to the States, I moved to play for the junior team away from home. So I kind of like had ties with them, but not like officially, you know. So I went to the States, got my diploma, played basketball there. Didn't get to go to the NBA. Well, that wasn't bad, you know. And then I was looking to come back to play in Europe, and they were actually the first team to reach out and tell me and my agent that they want us on their team. And I didn't really hesitate too much because I was basically like, you know, kind of like grew up in their junior team. So it was a no-brainer for me. So I just signed and I went there. To B3, which is basically third league in Japan. And I went there through the agent from Serbia. His name is Nikola Kristic, great guy. I got contacts from one of my old agents. And yeah, so that's how I went to B3. Good and bad, more good and bad. But it was a good experience, you know, like any other place you go to play as a foreigner, as an import, it's always an experience, a challenging experience. But I believe this experience did show me as a person who I am, what I need to improve on myself individually, but also as a basketball player. You know, I was coach took me there, and I was basically had to be a leader. You know, I'm not going to say I'm not a leader, but that was challenging because in the past teams that I've been to, I wasn't given that opportunity. You know, so in Provera, yeah, it was a great experience. A lot of challenges, but we went through it. And I would say, yeah, this you know, one of my better years. I wouldn't say the best years because I know what I would do different at this time. But that's like the off-season thoughts, you know, like that's what I need to improve on. That's my mentality and going to next season, what I need to focus on. I would say there's a lot of differences, but just the heat in the gym, you know. I'm not even sure if I'm used used to playing in the heat right now, but it was so hot in the gym, man. Like, you will come in the game, 5 minutes into warm up, it's over. Like, you're drenched in sweat. It's so hot, but yeah, you get used to it. First month passed, second month was better, and then at the end of the season, it was it's like you get used to it and you just don't really pay attention to that. But the difference in basketball itself, I'm not really seeing a lot because I've been to B3. I would say some players in different positions are better here than there, and vice versa. But basketball itself is just putting the basketball in the hoop, so everybody knows how to play. Everybody, like, all the coaches have their own schemes how to play. So it's just adjustment. It's a simple thing. I was born on June 6th, basically 6/6. So that's the reason for that. 6 was taken when I came to Indonesia, so I took 12. 6 plus 6 is 12. So it's simple. I'm not really sure, to be honest. I was playing basketball my whole life. Not really sure, but I remember from my early days when my parents used to ask me what I want to be when I grow up. I would tell them this and that, but 3 things I remember was being a firefighter, a plane pilot, or a president. So maybe one of those 3, who knows? And my starting five all time in the NBA. This is a hard one. All right, I'll go with Steph Curry, Kobe, LeBron. It's not even a debate. Don't get at me. Tim Duncan and Shaquille O'Neal. That's my 5. I went to the States. I went to prep school in St. Benedict. That's in New Jersey. From there, I had some coaches come watch us practice, play games. St. Benedict's prep school was one of the biggest schools in the States at that time. So I had some Florida State coaches, Florida State University coaches coming into our practices and games to watch us play. One of them was Stan Jones, who recruited me. We had a great chat, got along pretty well. Went on a visit there, visited them, and it was just a no-brainer. It was just a big school with a great basketball program, great coaching staff, and they just made me feel like family there. I wasn't even part of them yet, but yeah, I signed with them. And then I have to take the SAT test, which is basically everybody has to take it, who comes from Europe or even locals. And I didn't get good enough score to qualify as a student to go to the Florida State. So I had to go to JUCO college, which is junior college. So I went to the same city, but different school, in Tallahassee Community College. Spent a year there, a year in Midland College, and then I went to Jacksonville State in Alabama. So that was my little journey there. Yeah, it was a big surprise from my Jacksonville State University team and program. I haven't seen my mom in like maybe 2 or 3 years. But ESPN made it seem that I hadn't been home in like, I don't know, almost 10 years now. They just, but it was a great team, my mom. I love my mom. I love my parents. I lost my dad when I was little. So my mom been there for me through ups and downs. It's just, she means the world to me, So just seeing her, it was just great things, Me right now, I'm not looking at it as like it's being hard, because it's not. I think that's been part of my lifestyle. I travel a lot for basketball, different countries, different cultures, people. So it's not really difficult for me. You just got to be adaptable, because like when you go to a different culture, you have to accept them and not be accepted. Like, I don't know how to say, like, you have to accept their culture, You have to understand them. And I like it. I like meeting new people. I like talking to people. I like understanding learning new facts about cultures. So you just gotta be adaptable. It's not a hard thing if you can be that and not be a bad person and basically do what you do, which might be opposite to what they do. So you just gotta be adaptable. That'll be my word for that. Yeah, football is famous in Europe. Like I said, in my first grade class in kindergarten, basketball coach came in and was looking to collect a new team. So, that was the first and basically only sport that I really stuck with. When I was a little kid, I wanted to play football, of course, because a lot of my friends weren't as tall as I am right now, or when I used to be. So, but I do have some football skills. I do. You'll be surprised. I know how to play football. We used to play football back in the backyard, where I used to live at. I also swam a lot, swimming. I wanted to be a karate kid. But my mom used to tell me always, "You're too tall for anything else than basketball." So she made me stick with it, and I'll be forever grateful for her for keeping me in the basketball lane. Experience every team I play for, no matter if it's a national team, if it's a club season. It's a great experience. You get to see you get to be coached by different coaches at a higher levels, of course. But yeah, it's a great experience. You learn a lot throughout that. It's not bad, to be honest. A lot of people speak more or less English. Their own language, Bahasa, is not really hard to learn. I picked up on some words, but not too much. But yeah, they do speak English there, more or less. If not, you can always use the Google Translate. We live in a world with cell phones. You can just get on Google Translate and just communicate in that way if there's like a critical situation. I'm not sure. Like I said, I like traveling. I like that people in Asia, teams in Asia, want to bring me in for my basketball knowledge, the way I play the game. That means a lot to me. And Asia is developing rapidly, and I want to be a part of that. So whenever in Asia, wherever in Asia, I like to be at. So Asia or Europe doesn't really make a big difference for me. But at this moment, I believe Asia is the fastest growing basketball leagues overall. Yes, there is a lot of things. Not a lot of things. There's some things in a bad way in Asia, but you get used to that. You just got to be adaptable, like I told you. But yeah, I want to be a part of rapidly growing leagues in Asia for sure. So I went to, like I said, I went to prep school. But before I went there, I was still studying in Lithuania. And 1 year before I went there, that's when I started looking into other Lithuanian players that basically traveling to the States in bunches. And that was like the first big wave of players moving to America to study. And I told my mom about it. She wasn't happy. It took me a lot of convincing to her to let me go there. Because, it's basically you letting your 18-year-old son, travel across the world to unknown lands, no way of knowing what's going to happen and all that, So, yeah, but I traveled there. I went there to America, like everybody else did, to basically pursue my dream. Not just NBA, but to become a professional basketball player. And the abilities that America provides for the players back then was such a big difference that in Europe, you basically study, you get your diploma and become a better basketball player at the same time. So that was just a no-brainer. And when I told my mom about it, like I said, it took me a convincing, but she understood, and she just she was like, you know what, son, just go ahead and chase your dream. You know, so that was a big step for our family. So you know, yeah, hands down, you can't guard me. It's not even a question. Put him in the post. Let's go, D.
Thank you for watching.